Savitri, notes and comments. Some examples of catalectic lines. The following popular nursery lyric has largely a trochaic movement, tetrametric rhymed couplets with the last single syllable in each line as an am, an example of catalexis. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. There is the catalytic foot at the end of each line, but that metrical incompleteness is a mighty completeness, a very emphatic, powerful one. It clinching the wonder of poetry. In Coleridge's waterline, we have a case for this catalytic effect, which comes out with a strong yet subtle and poetic tellingness, the other lines just being iambic. Water, water everywhere, and all the bows they shrink. Water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink. Water, water everywhere. Trochee, 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 I am. Falling feet that support a clinching monosyllabic I am at the end. There aren't too many instances of catalexis in the pentametric blank verse of Savitri. He saw the doubtfulness of all things here, the incertitude of man's proud, confident thought, the transience of the achievement of his foes. These lines, in the usual manner, scan as follows. He saw the doubtfulness of all things here, the incertitude of man's proud, confident thought, the transience of the achievement of his foes. But the last line reads better as he saw the doubtfulness of all things here. I am, amphibrach, pyrrhic, spondy, I am, qualifying itself to be catalectic, with a convincing fourth foot as spondy. The second line could be scanned in another couple of ways, but the smoother one is with anapest, tribrach at the beginning, followed by spondy, trochee, am. The third line could make a good case for a six-footer, the transience of the achievements of his force. I am, pyrrhic, pyrrhic, I am, pyrrhic, I am. But its natural movement is the transience of the achievements of his foes. I am, tribrach, anapest, pyrrhic, I am. However far he went, wherever turned, the wheel of works ran with him, and outstripped, always a farther task was left to do. Scans as follows, with all feet as ams. However far he went, wherever turned. But it may also lend itself to the following. However far he went, wherever turned. I am, amphibrach, I am, a possible catalectic line. The full sentence will scan as follows. However far he went, wherever turned, the wheel of works ran with him and outstripped. Always a farther task was left to do. Here is a context describing the exceptionality of Savitri. Some near approached, were touched, caught fire, then failed. Too great was her demand, too pure her force, thus darting earth around her like a sun, yet in her inmost sky, an orb aloof, a distance severed her from those most close, puissant, apart, her soul the gods live. One may reasonably well conceive oneself to treat the last line to be catalytic, which it is in a conventional way. It will scan as first foot as dactyl, the last foot as a spondy. Puissant, apart, her soul as a God's live, but this rather reads haltingly. Instead, perhaps we can have puissant, apart, her soul as a God's live, dactyl, I am, Anapist, I am, which has a better flow and a much surer emphasis on the God's simile. The Anapist providing a larger scope. Her soul is going to live in the manner of the gods. Here is an argument by death, cold, wise, deliberate, well measured, measured in the wisdom of another kind of God. He is wondering, he is asking, how can at all Savitri get help from a being who is just witnessing all this, a witnessed being, without being involved anywhere? His assumption is he cannot, this witness being cannot help her. He cannot. He has no entry available anywhere. But in that tone of his, we may find two lines, one a headless one, another catalectic. But if there were a being witnessing all, how should he helm thy passionate desire? Aloof he watches soul and absolute, indifferent to the cry in nameless calm. His being is pure, unwounded, motionless, one endless watches the inconscient scene, where all things perish as a foam star, the one lives forever. There no such a one changing was born, and there no Savitri. Claims from brief life her bribe of joy. There love came never with his fretful eyes of tears, nor time is there, nor the vain vast of space. The first line would conventionally scan as, but if there were a being witnessing all, Trochee, Pyrrhic, I am, Anapist. However, we could consider it as a headless one, but either were a being witnessing all. I am, tribrac, I am, Anapist. Treating either were as an unsplit phrase has a better sense and surely a better sound movement. This also means that, but if there were a being witnessing all trachy, pyrrhic, amphibrach, dactyl, I am a catalytic line won't do. It cannot be a catalytic line. However, there could be the double effect with its own agreeable, delightful charm. But if there were a being witnessing all I am, tribrach, amphibrach, dactyl, I am. But here is a catalytic line in. His being is pure, unwounded, motionless, one. I am Anapist, amphibrach, dactyl, I am. His being is pure, unwounded, motionless, one. Three consecutive trisyllabic phrases, Anapist, amphibrach, dactyl, coming between two AMs. They bring out that well-measuredness of this god of death, measuredness in an opposite way. We have a good catalectic with death at the end, standing strongly on its strong feet. Here, with the suddenness, divine advents hand, repeating the marvel of the first descent, changing to rapture the dull earthly round. Love came to her, hiding the shadow death. If the first line is scanned as headless, the last is surely catalytic, with spondy, pyrrhic, cocky, amphibrach, I am. It has all those four disyllabic feet in it. Full attention is pitched on the last syllable as a catalytic I am, with a force of tremendous negative connotation, it drawing all our attention, particularly with a comma just before it. It further matching emphatically the opening spondy love came. Shakespeare has monosyllabic iams at the end of a line, but perhaps never in the middle of a line, as we have in all came back to her, earth and love and doom. Here is King Lear with a fool in a storm, the first line beginning with a spondy and ending with two monosyllabic iams. Blow, wind, and crack your cheeks, rage, blow, your cataracts and hurricanes spout till you have drenched our sleep is drowned the cogs. Yet one wonders why the first foot, blow, wind, cannot be considered as two aims. Here are some examples of headless lines and catalectics in Savitri. Only the immortals on their deathless height come made with light from undiscovered world. Here, while the world toilsome with its deep blind heart, the galloping hoofs of the unforeseen event, bearing the supreme rider near and impassive to us dim the startled cry, return to the silence of the hills of God. The third line can be taken as a headless line with a powerful here as the opening I am. The conventional scan would be here while the world toils on with its deep, blind heart, which unquestionably reads jerkily at the beginning. In contrast to that, we could have here while the world toils on with its deep, blind heart, a headless line, ending with a molasses, deep blind heart, a rare jewel indeed. Then, just one line later, we have catalectic in the same sentence, bearing the superhuman rider near, bearing Trocky, the superior human I am, right, amphibrach I am. But let us move on with other distinctions. Here are two monosyllabic I ams at the start. Mute, pure, they share not in the evil done. Mute, pure, they share not in the evil done. But in contrast to monosyllabic I am, at the beginning, the following could make a case for two monosyllabic I am feet at the end. Take the sentence in which the second line scans as shown, with a spondee between pairs of ams, as thus it rose to meet him bare and pure. A strong descent leaped down, a might, a flame, a beauty half visible with deathless eyes, a violent ecstasy, a sweetness dire enveloped him with a stupendous limb and penetrated nerve and heart and brain that thrilled and fainted with the epiphany. His nature shuddered in the unknown's ground. A strong descent leaped down, a might, a flame. I am, spotty, I am. But if we take the liberty to dispense with the indefinite article, we could plausibly have a strong descent, leap down, might, flame, with two monosyllabic catalectic ams at the end. A strong descent, leap down, might, flame. This is not altogether illegitimate, but the line becomes more dramatic than epic in its natural sweep and movement. But let us take the following sentence. As when a timeless eye annuls the hour, abolishing the agent and the end, so now his spirit shone out, white, blank, pure. His vacant mind became an empty slate on which the universal and soul could write. A usual scan of the third decasyllabic line would be, so now his face is shone out white, blank, pure. I am, spotty. But it can be catalytic also. So now his spirit shone out white, blank, pure. I am, amphibrach, spotty, I am. But perhaps the best is, so now his spirit shone out white, blank, pure. I am, amphibrach, molluscus, I am. So now his spirit shone out white, blank, pure. Here is a case of simultaneously a headless and catalytic line, though somewhat inelegant. He can recreate himself and all around and fashion new the world in which he lived. He, ignorant, is a knower beyond time. He is a self above nature, above fate. The third line can be scanned as, he, ignorant, is a knower beyond time. I am dactyl, anapist, anapist, I am. Though a straightforward scanning would be, he ignorant, even nowhere beyond time, which rather moves jerkily. Surely, headless catalytic scan has a better smoothness. He ignorant, even nowhere beyond time. He ignorant, even nowhere beyond time. But as previously noted, here is a perfect catalytic line with three different trisyllabic feet. His being is pure, unwounded, motionless one. His being is pure, unwounded, motionless one. I am anapist, amphibrachydactyl. His being is pure, unwounded, motionless one.